Next, do you want to get rid of arm flab without having to do a single push-up? Find out what needle-less treatment promises to tone and tighten your arms in only 30 minutes.
No matter how hard you work out, no matter what you eat, no matter what you do, is there one part of your body that you're still unhappy with? Well, our next guest, Deb, says it's definitely her arms.
I am an instructor and I teach many different fitness classes. I have always been unhappy with my arms. As you get older, you get the extra skin and the flab, and you go to the bingo classes and you yell, bingo! And I don't want the bingo arms.
Today we're going to do a procedure called airbrush laser liposculpture. It's a body contouring procedure that's minimally invasive. It doesn't use any needle, scalpel, or stitches. So this is the jet injector. This is how we get you numb with no needle. It's just air pressure. The next step, it's called a biopsy punch. It's 2 millimeters. It just makes a little hole in the skin. We do 3 pin-sized holes. So this stops you from bleeding, and it lets us plump up your fat cells and get you numb all at the same time. Step 2 is the laser. Dr. Jovino is going to put the laser in your tiny hole, melt your fat, and shrink your skin. Now we're taking fat out. This really fast back and forth motion, it actually really helps with skin tightening. I can already see a change, and we now have ½ liter of fat out of you.
No pain, I'm getting a massage, I love it.
Our special airbrush cannula is what we're going to use now. So this is moving over 1,000 times a minute in a back and forth corkscrew motion. In traditional liposuction, the cannula is big, and it scrapes the fat out. The same way you grate cheese, really. And here, we're using this device to remove fat, but cell by cell.
That is my fat going through the tube.
Well, Dr. Rollins is joining us, and also here's his patient, Deb. Now, Deb, of course, had the procedure done. Let's see her look before.
Okay.
Arms out like so. And let's get that up there side by side.
She had a problem area. We were able to alleviate that problem area in just about ½ an hour. We did it while she's awake, without any needle, any scalpel, or any stitches, as you saw. Tell us about what it was like after the procedure.
It was awesome. I mean, the fact that I could come in and get a procedure done in ½ an hour, go home. That night I was cooking dinner for my kids, and I was back to work the next day. So teaching yoga.
And of course, someone like me is going to say, okay, guys, I don't do liposuction. How is this different than your traditional liposuction?
Having been doing liposuction now for me 30 years, that's sucking a lot of fat, Travis. And, you know, this is very similar to the way we did it 30 years ago, but with your particular instrument and combining it with laser, there are certain advantages. You want to tell us about that?
Yes. This cannula is moving back and forth over 1,000 times a minute in this corkscrew motion. What's really important about that, it's moving about 1,000 times a minute. So it's much faster than anyone could ever move the cannula. And this teeny cannula does the work of a big cannula. So it hurts, it's less invasive, it causes less damage. It just takes the fat out. And it lets me focus on doing the sculpture, the artistry of it, rather than the manual labor part.
Let's come over to the medical wall and you'll run through this for us. So there's Deb.
So
Tell us what you did.
The first step here, well, we're gonna get the skin numb. The way we do that is with this jet injector here. It just uses air pressure. There's no needle. The next step is, right now we're bathing the fat in numbing solution. A laser is about to come in. So this is a laser, and it's melting the fat, and it's helping tighten skin, as you can see here. And then this is the actual cannula going inside the fat over 1,000 times a minute and spinning back and forth as it does it. And that's kind of like a power buffer.
All right, so let's take a look at Deb's photos there.
Deb has incredible skin tightening here, so I'm very proud of that. And obviously a profound and dramatic result. What do you think, Deb?
Awesome, yeah. Once I saw the before and after next to each other, I was just like, oh my gosh, amazing.
Clearly a great result, Dr. Rollins. Thank you so much for being here. Deb, thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Here's what's coming up next.